Kayleigh, why is the White House trashing Dr. Fauci and sending out opposition research-like memos to reporters? The president has gone off on anonymous sources in the past. Why not have the guts to trash Dr. Fauci with your own names?
So President Trump, I'll refer you back. There's no opposition research being dumped to reporters. We were asked a very specific question by the Washington Post, and that question was President Trump noted that Dr. Fauci had made some mistakes, and we provided a direct answer to what was a direct question.
Hasn't the president made mistakes? He suggested at one point that Americans inject themselves with disinfectants, that sort of thing. Why not send out these notes to reporters about what Dr. Fauci said in the past with your names on it? They were sent out by a White House official. The president has said he doesn't trust anonymous sources, and yet you were sending out these notes to reporters anonymously.
Look, I would note that in terms of the president and his record on coronavirus, he stands by the actions and the steps he's taken in this historic response. You have Dr. Fauci, who said that the record of this president is impressive. I can't imagine that under any circumstance that anybody could be doing more, and those are the words of Dr. Fauci. We provided a direct response to a direct question, and that's about it. And to the notion that there's opposition research and that there's Fauci versus the president couldn't be further from the truth. Dr. Fauci and the president have always had a very good working relationship.
This is Jim Acosta calling Kayleigh McEnany out for this administration's continued assault on anyone who dares prioritize facts, most recently targeting Dr. Fauci. Keep in mind, this White House has attacked governors for rightfully issuing stay-at-home orders. They've attacked reporters for wearing masks and accusing them of making a political statement. And now they're attacking the nation's premier epidemiologist and the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases because his expert advice contradicts the White House's politicking. Acosta's question was asked in reference to an article in the Washington Post describing the White House's statement that they were apparently concerned about the number of times Dr. Fauci had been wrong on coronavirus. Let me just say, first and foremost, that Kayleigh McEnany works for Donald Trump. The same guy who said that cases would soon be down to zero, that coronavirus would go away with the heat, that it was completely contained, that anyone who wants a test could get a test, that everyone should take hydroxychloroquine, that we should inject disinfectant, that his supporters should protest against stay-at-home orders, that mask wearing should be politicized. I'm not exaggerating here when I say that every single decision that Trump has made with regards to containing the spread of this virus was dead wrong. And so maybe, just maybe, adopting a zero-tolerance policy on mistakes isn't the smartest move for the White House here. Now, in fairness, it's true that Dr. Fauci had doubted early on that those not showing symptoms could spread the virus. He had downplayed the need to adjust our daily behavior as late as February, and he'd said early on that it wasn't necessary for the public to wear masks. Here's the thing, this is a new pathogen. There were bound to be mistakes. No one is faulting Dr. Fauci for not being 100% correct 100% of the time. What's important is that he corrected himself when more accurate information came out. Dr. Fauci is now unapologetic in his recommendation that the public wear masks. He now clearly acknowledges that it can be spread asymptomatically, and he's been vocal that we have to alter our behaviors on a day-to-day basis. What's important is that he's willing to evolve his positions when new information comes out. And that is the principal difference between him and Trump, because Trump has never changed his positions. Even with regard to the very issues that the White House is attacking Fauci over, Trump is still wrong on those issues. They specifically pointed out masks. It took Trump until July to even wear one in public, and still the best we've gotten from him is a lukewarm, well, you can wear it if you want to. Another specific attack on Fauci was his initial thought that it couldn't be spread asymptomatically, and yet Trump is still refusing to coordinate any semblance of a nationwide testing or contact tracing system that would show us when those who aren't exhibiting symptoms have contracted the virus. Even the attack on Fauci for saying that we shouldn't change our daily behavior, Trump is the primary opponent of this. Even now in July, the guy has been calling for businesses to reopen and to go back to normal from the very beginning. He has never changed his positions. So to attack Dr. Fauci for being wrong on a few issues back in January, while Trump is still wrong on those issues today, more than 6 months later, is just the absolute height of hypocrisy. The fact is this, the White House is attacking Dr. Fauci not because he was ever wrong, it's because his correct advice now, today, flies in the face of Trump's desperate efforts to suppress science in favor of whatever rosy picture he's trying to paint to help him in his re-election. That's it. And the American people know it. 67% of the American people trust Dr. Fauci for information on coronavirus versus 26% for Trump. And Trump relies on his ability to gaslight the American people. So if he's not able to do that because, say, there's an epidemiologist who's disseminating validating facts about the outbreak as opposed to baseless White House talking points, well then of course Trump's gonna attack the guy. So Kayleigh can pretend that the White House's attacks on Dr. Fauci are anything but partisan hackery, but per usual, she'd be lying. And don't forget to listen to my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, where I'll take a deep dive into the biggest issues of the week and interview major players in the world of politics, like Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, Beto O'Rourke, Eric Swalwell, Katie Porter, and many more. Again, that's No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, available anywhere you listen to podcasts.